Hello and welcome to Bere Alston station on the beautiful Tamar Valley Line and this episode of Tapos Trains and Stations. Bere Alston railway station serves the Devon village of Bere Alston and is about 10 miles north of Plymouth on the Tamar Valley Line. There is a 14-space car park behind the old station building, which is now a private residence. Bere Alston is solely served by GWR trains on the Tamar Valley Line from Plymouth to Gunnislake, with the journey to and from Plymouth taking approximately 23 minutes. The summer timetable has 9 weekday trains operating in both directions, 8 on Saturdays and 6 on Sundays. Connections with the rest of the rail network can be made at Plymouth. This much reduced former mainline station now has only the unstaffed old down platform remaining in use and is without any ticket purchasing facilities, with passengers having to buy a ticket in advance or from the guard on the train. There is, however, a help board as well as timetable and information boards. Ahead we can see where the line splits, with services to and from Plymouth taking the left line, whilst those heading towards Calstock and Gunnislake take the right. Here there was a footbridge that allowed passengers wishing to travel along the branch line to Gunnislake and Callington, as well as on the Southern Main Line, to access the island platform. This is the Bere Alston ground frame, allowing access to and from the line to Gunnislake. The station was opened on the 2nd of June 1890 by the Plymouth, Devonport and South Western Junction Railway as an intermediate station on that company's line from Lidford to Devonport. It became in effect an extension of the London and South Western Railway's main line from London Waterloo Station to Lidford, enabling the LSWR to reach Plymouth independently of the Great Western Railway. At the rear of the up platform there was a goods shed, end loading dock and 2 sidings, which were connected to the up line by a trailing connection at the Tavistock end. With the opening of a branch line to Gunnislake and Callington on the 2nd of March 1908, it became a junction, with the new branch approaching the station from the northwest and running into the goods yard area at the rear of the up platform. The up platform now became an island platform, and a run-round loop and 2 further sidings were provided next to the branch. When the ex-LSWR main line between Bere Alston and Meldon Quarry was closed completely on the 6th of May 1968, Bere Alston was reduced to the terminus of a branch from Plymouth. Passenger service was revised so that trains ran through from Plymouth to Gunnislake, with the train reversing at Bere Alston. The former island platform, which served the up line and the Callington branch, is in good condition but without tracks. On it is found the old waiting room and the former signal box. This signal box is of historical significance and dates from the opening of the Plymouth to Lidford line in 1890. The line north of Bere Alston closed in 1968, and 2 years later the line from St Buda was singled, resulting in the closure of the signal box itself on the 7th of September 1970. Here the tracks head round the corner where they currently end. Before the closure on the 6th of May 1968 and the subsequent lifting of the track, the line would have continued on to Tavistock and Oakhampton. Here we can see where the goods yard and branch platform would have been accessed by trains approaching from the line towards Tavistock. The original signal box, which was extended in 1927 to include the branch line to Gunnislake and Callington, had 30 levers to control the station, junction and adjacent sidings. After closure, the signalling machinery was removed and the signal box was used as a mess room for the local track maintenance workers until the early 1990s. From then it was allowed to fall into a state of disrepair. However, in 2021 the signal box was restored in a project led by the Devon and Cornwall Rail Partnership using local tradesmen. A replica of the original sign was specially made up and a colony of 60,000 bees which had taken up residence in the signal box were removed. All this was made possible by the Railway Heritage Trust and the Community Rail Development Fund. Here we can see the old island platform waiting room. There was also a lamp hut here, but no sign of that now remains. The only way to access the old island platform that doesn't involve crossing the track is via the old goods yard on the other side. Although in the past I have visited the platform via that route, on this occasion there was a closed gate bar in the way, so I had to limit myself to the old down platform. It is after all private property. As with all stations on this line, services are operated throughout the day by a single two-car Class 150 Sprinter DMU. With that in mind, and now, the train. As we walk along the former dam platform passing the Sprinter, we can see the guard operating the Bere Alston ground frame to allow the unit to access the line to Cowstock and Gunnislake. Well, that's all from this episode of Tadpole's Trains and Stations. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.